Hi everyone, welcome back to Beard Brothers.
Hey.
So fun story. Jirard's an idiot. We had some complications, tech issues. I've been having a lot of those lately.
We came back when we were in Saint Centaur, and we played through another
temple.
The end of that quest. We played the end of that quest. We flew through the sky, landed at Port Timney, looked at Port Timney, found out about the Maze of Death.
Well, this is Port Timney right here. So from the last time on Beard Bros, we were in the town, and the town that was desolate and destroyed. And while we were there, we approached the statue to find out that yes, the other part of Mother was released, and so the last part of the statue is the heart piece, and it's in Port Timney, owned by a sailor, Captain Bartholomew in Port Timney. Now, Captain Bartholomew is trying to find an ancient treasure that will kind of rectify everything, called the Crystal Bud. So I'm just kind of taking you to him right now, because the cutscenes won't trigger, but at least we'll show you what everyone's talking about. You know, pride forced me to get the Crystal Bud. I made Drake believe I was getting married, and then I would. So, nice man in spirit. Can you help him out? He seems a little depressed. So our goal is that if we can get the Crystal Bud, we're hoping we can trade it to Bartholomew, who in return will give us the statue to give us the third and final missing piece of Mother,
Right.
to prevent them from taking over, as well as hopefully getting the teardrop. So everyone's been talking about the Maze of Death. The Maze of Death. It's the Crystal Buds in the Maze of Death.
Hilarious Maze of Death.
So we went to the Maze of Death. We did the puzzles. We almost did all the. We did all of the puzzle.
Oh, before we went to the Maze of Death, we got a Saint rune.
Yes, the Saint rune from the broken statue,
which is gonna probably end up being useful, I think, against the boss in the Maze of Death. But basically, we played through halfway through the Maze of Death, and then saved it, and then we realized that we hadn't been recording the footage,
so we had to stop. And it sucks because we had a lot of great conversations too. We'll try and recreate them, but essentially we're going to the Maze of Death right now, which is somewhere in this desert.
Yeah, if it feels a little unnatural, it's because we've talked about it before a little bit.
Yeah, so but we're going to talk as much as we can, just from memory and with our notes here.
Mm-hmm.
So
first off, let's talk about the aesthetic. I know we're going to bring this up as well in the Mario episode with Davis in a week or two. But basically, you know, I was looking at like the floor in here and how it looks like that, like 80s, like Giger, like Blade Runner, Alien look, and how in the 80s and 90s we had this like trend of like classic horror stuff.
Yeah,
that was like popular. Where now it's been replaced a lot by. You know, what do we say? Vampires and zombies.
And whatnot.
Yeah.
In case you guys were wondering, I just pushed the statue. The final hole we need to get to, actually, is blocked by statues. And so the whole point of this temple was to find these rooms where these statues need to get pushed. And once you pushed them, it corresponded to that long final hallway to make a room for the last one. So I went ahead and did that. This is the last one I had to do. So now we can go literally straight to the end area out of this place.
Right, and actually talking about that puzzle actually is a good segue into the thing that I was talking about as far as RPGs are concerned this week, which is like what it is that makes it so much of a persistent like way of making a game. Mm-hmm. Is this classic JRPG, like, because we're talking about Final Fantasy 13 and how it was literally made as a response to games like this, you know, and and how the developer was saying that it has more in common with an FPS than it does with a...
which is still a stretch to me.
Yeah, I mean,
think it's a stretch,
the guy obviously was just a little overexcited about his big game that he was working on.
Yeah.
but you know, the basic idea is there, and what Jirard basically arrived at was that because of the way that they lay the story out and stuff in these games, you know, like, his ideal, he said, would be a game that uses mechanics like this, but that shows its evolution through technical, like good graphics and stuff like that. And I was talking about how, like, you know, in Final Fantasy 13, you know, it's all about, like, learning from mistakes and smoothing out like aspects of the gameplay that only exist because they have for so long, and why, like, you know a lot of people are saying that the hallway situation in Final Fantasy 13 that it gets criticized a lot for, you know, not letting you explore the world and stuff. I was talking about like how that's how we play these RPGs anyway. We
They
go
hold you by the hand. They
they guide you. They make you go to the town and talk to somebody. It's not like you were literally exploring the world. It's not like Skyrim, where you have no idea until you find a quest or something like that. So with Final Fantasy 13, there was like just this attempt to like streamline it, and it got like attention. It's a very good game, I think. I know some of you hate it, but it is a good game, and whether or not it was successful or not, like, there was a large outcry for the fans, from the fans, and when we got...
Okay, this is a new enemy we're fighting right now. We haven't fought this before.
Yeah.
It's called a wight.
A wight, like a ghost.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. Very simple 3D polygons.
Yeah.
But basically, Final Fantasy 13-2 tried to take the notes from Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, all the critiques people had with it and make a new game out of it.
Yeah, and it also got really good reviews, but it also got just about as much bad press as Final Fantasy 13 did. So what I wanted to ask the chat, or the comments rather, what I want to ask is, like, what are your thoughts? And don't just flame each other. Like, really, like, try and talk about this, academically. Like, why do you think, like, what do you think it is about this, if you think there's anything, what do you think it is about this classic JRPG style that is worth keeping, more than it is? Like, it's, like, what I said was, like, it's not like people are making FPSs that look and play exactly like FPSs from the 90s anymore.
Yeah,
but the
standard has changed.
Right, but they are doing that for... Or at least there's, talk of it and, remakes and stuff for JRPGs. And I just want to know where everybody stands on this. Like, do you think that there's, like, two genres? Do you think that this evolution of the JRPG that we're seeing with, like, Final Fantasy 13 or to a lesser extent, something like Pokemon Black and White 2 or even Ni no Kuni, which, plays a little bit differently than a game like this in a lot of ways. Like, do you think that we're tending towards some stuff that's where we're creating a new genre of game that's separate from this JRPG genre, or do you think that it's like something where it needs to evolve and we just love our old style?
So right now, sorry to cut you off. Right
fine.
now, we just got the Crystal Bud, and now what's going to happen is this right here. Now, I made the dumb, funny mistake of using a...
he was like, dude, yeah.
I could just use the escape spell and get out of here. And by doing that, I actually missed out on some chests. Some chests that weren't that important, but also a boss fight, which we're going to try
a boss fight,
right
which
now.
leaves you with a rune that you can't get otherwise.
Yeah.
And Jirard...
I thought I was being clever by just kind of leaving, and I'm done messed up.
Yeah, I want you guys to know that before we were forced to replay this, Jirard already committed to doing it when we found out that if we hadn't gotten this.
So I was going to redo this whole section for you guys. But now that
now
it didn't work out anyways, I feel like I saved myself some time.
Oh, also, this minion, no BS, is the perfect fusion between the zombies from House of the Dead and Tonberry. He even literally has one of the two axes that the zombies from House of the Dead carry, and the lantern that the Tonberry carries.
As well as a green hat.
Yeah, green hat that looks like
coat,
it looks like the head of the Tonberry. Brown coat looks like what he wears, and he's like wearing like the blue. It's unbelievable. So that's some stuff.
So the big push is we have a little time to get out of here. I don't know what the correct... I think I'm assuming going back to the beginning is the way to go, right?
I don't really know. I don't know where it is.
I mean, this boss fight that I'm supposed to encounter, I'm not sure where it is, but we'll just go ahead and figure it out. Okay, so let's see. Now I could leave, however, we want to fight this boss for the crest grafts, and we don't need the crest grafts per se, but see, the save point's gone. This is bombable. Boom, opens it up.
Solid. New zone.
Now the good thing is that with this fight, you know, when it does come, if it comes, I can just peace out. That's the point of the spell, peace out.
Yeah. It's a great spell.
Thank you. I'm glad I named it that.
We also found out that
when you name a spell,
yeah.
We found out that when you name a spell, the enemy also it takes
like that's what it becomes.
value.
That's what it becomes to everyone in the world. Is
so if an enemy casts lightning, it's oh snap star.
Yeah, so good.
Which is amazing.
Oh.
So that's crest graph number 1.
So yeah, if you were playing this game without the cheat,
yes,
these crest graphs are pretty important, and they are missable.
They are missable.
But for us, we've got infinity. Whoa, that was weird.
Oh, boss!
Infinity. Infinite.
Here we go.
Whoa!
Whoa, what is that?
Ultimacia. From the terrible game Final
Chaos.
Fantasy
Okay.
VIII. I'm just kidding. Final Fantasy VIII's not terrible. I just don't like it myself.
Oh, by the way, I got Trickster, which is the new Jack's
Oh yeah,
new
there was a boy in town who we found inside
cheating.
of a crate, and then he taught us that. So use the.
Yeah, I need to save up enough before I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Damn.
But that's okay. Oh, it has nothing. That sucks. It did 0 damage. And that did some decent damage. Okay, so let's see here. Good news is, let's do this. We're going to have you attack. You are going to use... Oh, I can't use Accelerator yet. Oh, this is annoying. Well, I hope you live. Get that Ambrosia off. Let's hope.
Man, this is...
Ambrosia, boom.
This is intense.
Look at this Ambrosia use. Oh!
This is a pretty secret boss.
It is. You would not know unless we, we obviously went out of the way, went back to the save point that was in this game. We didn't. The save point. You guys didn't see the save point because I skipped it.
We started from the town, so you guys could get a look at it.
Yeah. Let's do hand cannon right here. Who has the guardian? I forget.
I think it's Rudy.
Is it Rudy?
I think you gave Rudy the holy one.
Let's see. Can I?
It's funny
tell.
that this is a secret boss because we were talking about that. Actually, because a lot of the criticism that people have with
Final Fantasy 13 was that there's not really an open world element to it. You're kind of forced to go forward, very linear
until the end.
Until the end,
when there is very much an open world with plenty of stuff to do.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it, and we were realizing that like this game, while it does have some secret stuff, has barely as much as Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
Right? Like probably does not equal it in the terms of secret stuff.
Definitely not.
I'm willing to be proven wrong in the comments, but all the stuff is there in Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
But you just can't see it the whole game.
Precisely.
And the idea is obviously that, people just play through the story until they get to the end game level of power. And then they go around and they do a bunch of stuff. So why not just make that what the game is? That was the idea.
Yeah.
Was that Rudy?
No. That was Cecilia's, I believe. Gamma Ray. Gamma Ray does quite a bit of damage. Oh, that reminds me.
Oh!
This is Rudy's.
Is this it?
Yeah. That is holy right there. Holy magic.
Look at that.
Look at all the damage.
Am I right?
Let's see.
I guarantee I'm right. Oh!
You are wrong! Should have taken that bet. Should have taken that bet.
Should have given it to frickin' Cecilia.
As if it really matters.
I bet you it literally matters.
No. Let's see here. I think we're okay. Rudy might be in trouble. If that's the case, then let's just use...
This game has no sort of active time.
No. It's turn-based, completely.
That's awesome.
You can take your time to counterbalance the fight.
That's something that I think would be worthwhile to come back to in a big way. Is turn-based RPGs,
as opposed to thinking like as you go kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love the paradigm shift system.
I did too. I thought it was great.
Which is like the complete antithesis to this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you know, there's something to be said for being able to plan your strategy out slowly and deliberately.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people out there, I feel like I'm going to be in the majority, like most people are going to agree with me on that.
What?
That there's still room for the turn-based RPG.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely, it was a style choice, you know, it wasn't like they're dying by any means.
Yeah, this isn't me like saying like I think that old games are worse than new ones.
Right.
Come at me. I like actually want to hear what you guys have to think. And you know, you missed it because we actually weren't recording, but we were talking about earlier how great you guys have actually been.
Yeah, and how we love you guys and your support. It's been really awesome to have you guys here.
We always talk about how you know, we are gonna get.
We're worried about getting eaten to the wolves.
Yeah, just totally destroyed by the comments, but
you guys have been pretty supportive.
Yeah, I mean, there are the douches.
There are the douches.
You know who you are.
We forgive you.
Yeah, we forgive you, but we
understand.
know you're there. Bad. This boss is nuts.
A lot of life going for it. I feel like I'm doing a decent amount too.
I think I saw that it said it has around 7,000 health.
7,000.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I gotta keep doing my thing then. She's useless, but I think Flame actually did some decent damage.
Cecilia?
Yeah. For her being a caster, she's not very solid.
That is the money move right there.
Meteor dive.
Yeah.
See what Flame does.
So what do we got here with Chaos? Chaos looks like kind of Greek.
Yeah, some kind of
like got like an Egyptian thing going on.
Yeah.
With the hair and the gold headdress. I mean, I have such a small stupid understanding of like art history and stuff. So feel free to weigh in the comments about what else this can look like. But to me, it looks like, you know, Egyptian and Greek, and it's got like a little bit of that like Persian, Mesopotamian style look to it as well.
Yeah, especially with
those long braids,
long hair, yeah,
long braids, and the like almondy.
I thought it was a cape at first,
like the almond-shaped eyes, like a statue. Mm-hmm. You know.
Smack! Come on! We're doing pretty well right now in terms of delivering some decent damage, but she seems to be pretty resilient.
I still think that the holy magic can be used more effectively.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to disagree with you there because you had your chance, buddy.
We'll hear what the comments have to say.
Okay.
We'll sear. We'll sear some tuna.
Well, let me remind you, this is not a mandatory boss. This is a optional boss.
So maybe the pattern isn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to predict at this point whether or not you were right.
So is that good game design or is that boring gameplay?
What?
Like
predicting what the enemy.
The idea of them giving you something and then immediately letting you use it every time. Do you think that's like solid? Like you know, when we look at something like that classic Egoraptor video, Sequelitis.
Yeah.
You know, and he talks about how, you know, you've got kind of like a show don't tell, in the same way that you do in good writing. You know, in good gameplay, there's also kind of like a show don't tell dynamic to it, and I mean, this could be looped into that. You know what I mean? This can be
arguably, yeah.
Yeah, like being like, here's a new spell. Obviously, the next boss that you're going to use is going to be a boss that shows you how that spell can be effective. But at the same time, making it that predictable takes a lot of the like strategy out of the gameplay. You know what I mean?
You know, I think what makes this different from most in regards to show don't tell or don't show.
Yeah, show and tell.
Yeah, show and tell, is the fact that with this game especially, these characters have different unique set of skills beyond themselves. You know, she's got magic, he's got the arms, and Jack's got the sword play, the fast draws. And I think what defines those is that the characters themselves, it fits them appropriately. And in most games, kind of holding your hand through and doing that kind of mentality is like it's showing you based on like what universally as a party you can do. Obviously, if you fight something that is ice or fire based, something like that, you know to do the exact opposite. Whereas with this enemy, we don't know what the weakness is. I'm sure if I brought Scan or if I learned Scan, I could figure it out.
Right.
But I think the idea is that we want to kind of use the skills we have. We want to use...
You want to like create the strategy out of what you've got.
Precisely.
To be able to make the water, hitting it with water work.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel like that's what a lot of early RPGs were about too. Just early planning, figuring out what strategies worked the best to everyone's advantage.
Right. Another fairly unique part of this, now that you're mentioning that, is that there's like no other party members.
Right. These are our only 3.
So there's not even like you really have to learn how to use these 3 guys.
Yeah, you get emotionally attached to these characters we see here, and boom, that's the fight right there. Explosion style. Boom.
I wish that it was like a super rainbowy smush. You know what I mean? I wish it was like...
It's the one boss that... These bosses are the bosses are the ones that explode.
Yeah, very silly.
Jack went up a level, Sue went up a level. $3,000 received.
Bunch of bucks.
Bucks money.
Bucks money, bucks.
Death isn't the end, but a new beginning.
Great.
Our civilization, bound by chaos, has turned your world into a temple of death.
Oh my
where
god.
Nothing survives. Innocent one, release me from this land and use my power to revive the dying land of Filgaia.
Wow.
Definitely.
So now you've got the opposite.
Now they've joined. We just fought essentially.
Peace out.
Yeah, let's peace out. Oh wait, hold on. Ambrosia.
So this is like the opposite.
Yes.
So now you've got the holy rune and you've got the death rune.
Precisely.
Or the Saints rune, whatever.
The Saints rune, right. So now what we want to do is we want to go back to town, go meet up with Bartholomew and his crew, and give them the crystal bud. And hopefully, just hopefully, from there, they're going to trade us back the statue in an attempt to hopefully control what's going to happen.
Okay, great. The classic follow-up from the quest.
Exactly. So find out more from the story to figure out what's been going on.
Yeah, but doesn't this feel tired to you? Doesn't this feel like a trite aspect of RPGs?
The idea of turning in a quest?
Like, you go do the quest, you turn in the quest, then you go to the next place, you do the same thing again.
I feel like in modern RPGs, yes. In these classic ones, I don't think so, because it's the way they weave it. Like,
I'm talking from the point of view of like, let's make a new game. How do we evolve?
Right.
Right. I think that's like
sentence of ha ha ha. I'm rich. I party every day. Ha ha ha.
Shot Khalil.
That's my brother right there. Man among men, QQ.
Invincible to fire damage. But yeah, I'm from the point of view of like designing a new game, like I feel like that's like score 1 in favor of the hallway there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, of course, like yes, like it's a waste of time to like walk back and forth, talk to the person. You know what I mean? Like you can like it makes it harder to tell a personal story this way. Because you're weighed down by like a structure that's not necessarily like the perfect structure for your story.
It was $5,000 for this thing?
Just give it to him.
But $5?
It's the fate of the world, Jirard!
Okay, fine. Crystal Bud is a token of engagement in these parts. I'm a fish out of water when it comes to these things. It's nice to meet you. I'm Captain Bartholomew.
And then Michael Moore and his 2 clones.
Hey, Bartholomew. Short as usual, eh?
Roasted.
That's the Crystal Bud. When did you?
So he gets his moment right here in the bar.
Good timing, Drake. Care to smell my Crystal Bud? Look at that laughing animation.
What?
Don't get me wrong, Barthy, but even if you have the Crystal Bud, you'll still need a mate. Where do you think you're going to find someone to marry, you ugly mug? Alright, instantly taking a page out of Final Fantasy VI right here, I think. I mean, granted, no, not really, but...
Maybe!
Chances are, for the sake of the story, he's going to ask Cecilia. Are you blind? She's standing right next to me, you dumb baboon. Called it.
She's like, what the...
Oh, her? I didn't notice. She looks way older than your preferred age group.
Roasted. Pedo bear.
Of course, her. I'm sorry she's above your normal standards. I mean, having 2 legs and all.
Whoa.
We're getting married soon. Look at those 2 dudes on the floor.
2
Good.
identical henchmen.
We'll hold the wedding tomorrow then, okay? Okay, you have it. I look forward to tomorrow's festivities.
Those guys are just shaking on their way out the door.
Again, me and my big mouth. Haha! What in the world are you going to do now, old boy? Well, we're on our way to... We must go through with the wedding. I must deceive them or I'll be laughed out of town. No, you shouldn't lie. No, I can't. I can't. No.
No.
No. It's too late. You're in on it to the end. Either way, they'll think you were in on my scheme.
See, this is the kind of stuff that happens.
I should give you a tour of my ship, Sweet Candy.
Sweet Candy is the most badass name for a ship that I've ever heard in my life.
We must plan for tomorrow.
That's great. Boop. Huh?
What?
Oh.
So we're finally on my ship, Sweet Candy. There are many special
that.
rules the sailors in the inner sea must follow. One rule is for the groom to provide a place for our ceremony to occur. Don't look at me, I feel too guilty. Well, the fake wedding is tomorrow regardless. You guys read up on your customs by tomorrow, okay? I don't like this. We're here to look for the statue. Don't get mixed up in all of this. Give it up, princess. Because of this, we were able to get on board the ship. This is the only way to get to the statue. I think you're having too much fun. The wedding's tomorrow. Shouldn't you be reading up on the rules or something?
What the hell?
So alrighty, here we are on the ship.
All right, let's save up and
We're gonna call it?
Well, yeah, we'll break till tomorrow. Yeah.
Alright, we'll call it then. Alright guys, we're gonna call it. When we get back, we're gonna find that statue. We're gonna see whether or not Bartholomew and Cecilia get it on.
Let's get it on.
Sorry.